Alright, for this problem we are going to use long division to divide these two polynomials. Alright, so this is the divisor, so we're going to put that out front. So we will have x squared plus x minus 6 way out in the front. Alright, now we're going to be very careful. When you do division, it's very important to check the dividend and make sure there are no missing terms. If there are, we're going to need zeros. This has two missing terms. Alright, it goes from degree 4 to degree 2. That means right in here there was there should have been a third power, so that's a missing term. And then there's another one here. It goes from 2 to 0, so that means there should have been an x term, a linear term. So we're going to include these zeros in our coefficients when we write it out. Alright, so we're going to put x to the fourth power, but then we'll put plus 0 x to the third power minus 13x squared, then plus 0x for that missing term, and then minus 36. Now we can go on with the problem. So we ask ourselves, we look at the first term of each expression. So x squared times what will give me x to the fourth power? Well, that is going to be x squared. X squared times x squared will give me x to the fourth power. I'm going to line up my like terms, so I'm going to put my x squared right here. Once you have this, you're going to take it and do the distributive property with it, like boom, boom, and boom. So x squared times x squared, of course, is x to the fourth power. X squared times x is x to the third power. And x squared times negative 6 is negative 6x squared. Now we need to subtract this by changing all of the signs. Alright, so this will become negative, and this will become negative, and this will become positive. Alright, so when I combine like terms, these cancel out, and I just have now negative x to the third power. Okay, and this is going to be negative 7x squared. I'll just go ahead and bring down the 0x right there. And then minus 36. Alright, just bring everything down. And then I basically start the process over again. Alright, so again, I look at the first term of each expression. So x squared times what is negative x to the third power? Well, x squared times x would make x to the third power. But since I want it to be negative, I'll make it a negative x. So now I will take my negative x and I will do this distributive property with it. Boom, boom, boom. Negative x times x squared, of course, is negative x to the third power. Negative x times x is negative x squared. And negative x times negative 6 is going to be positive 6x. Okay. Oh yeah, so we need to subtract by changing the signs. So this will become positive, and this will become positive, and this will become negative. So these will cancel out as always. And here I will have negative 6x squared, because this is like positive 1x squared. So that's negative 6. And then I have another negative 6x, and then negative 36. Okay, so we start over one more time. Okay, so now I'm looking at the x squared and the negative 6x squared. So x squared times what is negative 6x squared? Obviously the answer here is negative 6. And then one last time I do the distributive property with this number. So I'm going to do negative 6 times this, negative 6 times that, and negative 6 times that. Okay, negative 6 times x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Interesting. Okay, that's positive 36. So now I change the signs in order to subtract. So I change that to a positive, I change that to a positive, and I change that to a negative. So you might have thought these were going to cancel out, but actually they don't completely cancel out. There is a remainder. All right, because these cancel out and these cancel out, but these don't cancel out. I changed this positive to a negative. So together this is negative 72. All right, and negative 36 and negative 36. That's negative 72. So I take that remainder and I put it at the end. And so I'm going to put plus negative 72 over the divisor, x squared plus x minus 6. And that is the answer. Okay, so all of this is the answer. Instead of putting plus negative 72, I could have just put a minus here and left this 72.